Good evening. This way, Chicago still. It's a busy news day, I guess. It's April 11th, 21, 41121. And we're back to the Caribbean, or Caribbean, however you pronounce it in your world. And back to the old sleeves. And if you're not worthy, you won't be saved from a active volcano that I'll show you in a second. The above map is phenomenal how much dust they're getting, but or ash. Yeah, and this is their leader of this little island or country, whatever the hell this even is. You wonder if people are being tested to see if they're going to buckle. So you say you won't take a knee. Well, let's see if you take a knee when you need to be saved and you can't be saved. If you think this can't happen to you in America or whatever you call this place now, um, let's say some F5 tornadoes come whipping through the Midwest here, right? Not that they could ever control that or anything. I mean, they can control and turn hurricanes, so a tornado should be pretty easy, but whatever. Just to say by nature it happens, whatever. And they show up, let's say you can't get in, but they have to bring in like military buses that can climb over trees and shit, whatever. My point is, you need to go to a shelter, you need to escape, or you're flooded with the human fecal matter like down in Florida is happening. That's no joke. Down by Sarasota, right? They're talking like 300 homes had to be evacuated and lifted out or whatever. But if it does, if that thing breaks, they're saying a 20-foot wall of shit's going to flood you. So if the rescuers show up with a little boat and the human shit, and they go, listen, you can get in this boat. We'll lift you up in there. Even we'll get you out of that crap you're floating in. Oh, wait, you got your ID? Yeah. And then you know what they're going to do? We're going to see you later, pal. Or in order to get in this boat, stick a Rooney, right? Well, if you don't believe that's going to happen, well, I got a island to sell you to. But, all right, here we go.
I'm asking persons to be prepared to be vaccinated as well. Because once you leave Chateaubriand, you go to an evacuation center. You will also be vaccinated. This is not a drill and it is not voluntary. There's a pandemic that is taking place and we'll be vaccinating persons once they enter a government operated shelter. And I want that to be very clear to persons as well who are listening this live.
Take a turn.
Okay, it looks like he was reading that statement. You know, who gave him that to read? The leader. Oh my. I got to hear that one more time. Hang on. I just got to hear this one more. I think I heard him say, you will more than once be, you know, and then in something with a government facility. And I keep telling you to look up that letter or the color green. And then if you put a word after that called zones, and then use those symbols out of Atlanta, the Charlie dog, you know, with that letter C at the end. Yeah, and if you think that can't happen, they already have the laws and rules to be able to do it here. So don't laugh at these people. You should be laughing at yourself one day. Remember they said they came for you, but nobody was there to help you because everybody ignored it? Remember that poem from a long time ago? They came for those guys. I'm not one of those guys, so F them. They came for these volcano victims. F them. Right? And then they're going to come for you, and then you got your ID? Or no?
I'm asking persons to be prepared to be vaccinated as well. Because once you leave Chateaubriand, you go to an evacuation center. You will also be vaccinated. This is not a drill and it is not voluntary. There's a
Not a drill and not voluntary. I bet you they thought they were free the day before that volcano went on.
pandemic that is taking
This, by the way, is like 100 miles from Florida's border. So, roughly, it seems that way on a map.
place, and we'll be vaccinating persons once they enter a government operated shelter.
What? Wait. Hang on. Let's replay that a little bit. Hang on.
And it is not voluntary. There's a pandemic that is taking place, and we'll be vaccinating persons once they enter a government operated shelter. And it is not voluntary. This is not a drill, and it will also be vaccinated. This is not a drill, and it is not voluntary. There's a pandemic that is taking place, and we'll be vaccinating persons once they enter a government operated shelter. And I want that to be very clear to persons as well for listening this live.
Said they're listening to it live, but if you look at the screen, it says no service. Unless he's hooked up to Wi-Fi, I guess. Whatever. Not that they'd ever film this ahead of time, right? Oh, I want to show you the plume of smoke. So if you don't get it, you're not going to get off the island. Then you're going to choke to death with ash or not. Still going to stand? This is crazy, man. Hang on. Let me show you what that plume looked like. I just got to show this just for the heck of it because I just came across it. Hang on. Right here. I bet you those people feel like this right now, huh? What do you think? What a perfect meme for the video I'm doing right now. This is in my feed for my bookmark, Ask those people at the volcano if they feel like this. You should be asking yourself that, or don't. You know what I mean? Why bother if you don't want to? But, or don't, because it makes you feel, but whatever. I don't care. My point is, I wonder who's making money off of that. Really? Yeah, who's got the patents? Even the old F dog Alpha there has some patents, I believe, if my memory recalls right. But hang on, that's not what my point is. This is another one in my feed just by accident here. And hang on, and not by accident, but my point is how weird the universe is. Like I'm talking about the science and the medicine and the profit, and then this pops up. It's in my feed. I mean, but I didn't plan this. Like, it's literally in my. It won't even work right now. Am I being flagged again? Come on. When I can't work my screen, I'm talking about something they don't like or not. So yeah, this is those illuminated light cards from the 90s. Not that they were predicting, they were new to the future somehow. Maybe CERN was working real good back then. I don't know. Let me find what I was looking for. Stand by. All right, I found it. So, let's see here. That's a satellite view of what they're dealing with above that little island. See that? And they're saying this thing's been going off. Powerful ones keep blowing every 3 hours since 5 o'clock. 0500 UTC at LaSoufrière, or whatever you call it, volcano. Today, sending more ash clouds to nearby island. These ash clouds, by the way, have made it all the way to now Africa. So that's how much is being dumped out of there. But you can't leave this mess unless you got an ID, if you know what I'm talking about. They're getting, I guess, the the censoring machine here doesn't understand satire, funniness, happiness, jokes. So when you even talk about anything, it's just going straight linear. So 1-0, 1 and 0, who knows? Because they get busy collecting all your bio stuff anyway. So, but whatever. If this doesn't bother anybody, then you're just lost. I mean, you can't leave without the sleeve. How do you like that? You can't leave without your sleeve. And on that note, it's way Chicago, and I still don't get it. Can't leave without the sleeve. That's freaking funny.